We're in a great community. We've got, of course, Oklahomans have always stepped up to help their neighbors. It's that Oklahoma standard where they take care of their neighbors and their families, and Shawnee and Potawatomi County are exemplary of that. We always step in and help each other out during times of crisis.
Commission meetings are the first and third Monday of each month, starting at 6:30 p.m. Watch the meeting live on local cable channel 30 or view the web versions on the city website. Since 1930, Shawnee has operated under a managerial form of government. The City Commission passes all ordinances and oversees the city manager. The city is divided into 6 wards, each represented by a commissioner. You may contact your elected representative and express any concerns you may have. City Connect can be seen along with other city information programming 24/7 only on Channel 30. For scheduling information and to view past episodes online, visit the city website at www.shawneeok.org.
Our city relies on the generosity of its citizens to accomplish many things. Did you know our mayor and all city commissioners are unpaid volunteers? They are high-profile volunteers for our mid-sized community, but there are many other individual volunteer positions available for citizens that might better suit you if you're interested in helping out. In this City Connect, we focus on a few citizens who have made the choice to assist our police department and Emergency Management Director Don Lynch.
I've been really fortunate to grow up in a family that was affiliated with emergency services, my father being a local fire chief, and at that time, as they called it, civil defense director. So but for the last 28 years that I've been formally involved in the program, I've got to be involved in a lot of presidential disasters and numerous state and local disasters. So I've picked up a good sense of what it takes to be prepared in a disaster, and hopefully that I can bring that to our community to help our community survive and be better prepared to deal with disasters and emergencies when they can occur. There's a program that we offer called the Community Emergency Response Team Program, or CERT program. And this allows people to get about 10 hours worth of training on basic disaster preparedness and response. Things that you need to know to take care of yourself and your family and to be able to help your neighbors in a disaster until the professional responders can arrive from the police and fire departments in the local community. We talk about things like having the disaster plan, having your family preparedness kit put together, doing a hazard hunt on your home so you know where the hazards are and what you can do to deal with them. We talk about fires and floods and tornadoes and the things that can impact your home and how you prepare for those kinds of things. And then we talk about disaster psychology and things like first aid and CPR and the stuff that you need to know for that immediate response time so that you can deal effectively with the consequences of those emergencies. We try to put on at least one of those courses every year. And we wholeheartedly recommend that everybody in the community take either that course or a course from the Red Cross in disaster services so that you're prepared to deal with the effects of disasters when they happen. For those people who are interested, when they complete our CERT program, we have a Citizens Emergency Management team where they can come and volunteer to actually respond to and help in disasters and in other events that happen throughout the year in our community, being prepared for that. And our citizen volunteers do everything from storm spotting to emergency communications to providing food and water in emergencies and doing damage assessment like when disasters occur, such as the tornadoes that we've had in the past year or so. So it's really good to have that core group of folks, volunteers from the community. We're always looking for more, and we encourage people to get involved with that.
We're going to get additional assets.
Right.
Today, we are doing a fictitious exercise for the distribution of drugs from our CDC to our main warehouse in Oklahoma City to our warehouse in each county's location. Here at the Potawatomi County Health Department, we are responsible for, at this time, 4 point of distribution or pod sites, one in Seminole County, one in Offusky County, one at Hughes County, and then one here in Pottawatomie County, which is located at the Tecumseh High School. We have a command center set up here at the health department today with logistics chief, with the operations chiefs, planning, everybody that would be on our incident command system are here. We've got, with the communications, we've got radio operators, we've got people on cell phones and telephones and computers. Every type of communication asset that would be available in case something big would happen, we have to be able to communicate with our people in the field. So we are exercising all those things at the same time.
Have you noticed the beautiful flowers and landscaping in downtown Shawnee? If you have, thank a member of the Shawnee's beautification committees and garden clubs. The volunteer groups are responsible for many roadside improvements and planting projects around Shawnee, including the Centennial Tree Grove, maintaining the Beard House located at the Santa Fe Depot, and demonstrating to Shawnee residents plants that require only minimal moisture to survive and thrive in our climate. Their efforts are making a real difference in how visitors and residents see and live in our city. Shawnee has 2 beautification committees, several active garden clubs, and a Master Gardener Association. Though some committees are appointed, all welcome new participants interested in gardening and efforts to beautify Shawnee.
I've been a volunteer with Shawnee Pottawatomie County Emergency Management since 1994. We have a diverse group. We have people that do search and rescue, emergency operations center operations, damage assessment coordinating. Probably the main thing would also be amateur radio volunteers, or hams. We're here to help, whether it's to be scribes, just write down the information to a system, or actually doing some minor search and rescue.
Volunteer emergency response teams coordinate often with police department volunteers. Chris Thomas, Director of Police Support Services, manages police department volunteers. Volunteers who are not working to be police officers, but want to give something back to our community and are willing to go through a pretty extensive application process to donate their time.
The Sentinel program is a part of the Shawnee Police Department. We started the program a few years ago, and currently we have about 6 Sentinels that we have. We'd like to get more. The Sentinel program is a part of the federal government's VIPS program, Volunteers in Police Services. And we obtained a grant that we got these shirts with and all the things that are on it, uniforms for our volunteers. They're strictly volunteers. They're people that are citizens within our community that are already set in their lives. The best Sentinels that we have are retired military, business people that they might have at one time in their lives might have wanted to be a police officer, but they also want to give something back to the community in a really substantial way. And the Sentinel program is a great program. What we do is we volunteer. This is above and beyond work, and we go out and we help the officers in mundane things that they may have to do. For example, instead of an officer taking a stolen lawnmower report, we'll go out and take that report so an officer can go out and actually arrest a burglar, or go to an injury accident. That's something else that the Sentinels can also do. Instead of one officer going to an injury accident, say at Independence and Harrison, you would normally have to send another 2 officers to assist that first officer in directing traffic. Now, the Sentinels, we always ride 2 Sentinels to a car. We would go and back up that officer working that injury accident. We would direct the traffic and make sure that he didn't get run over. And the other officers that would have been there, they can stay available for other calls that other people would be calling the police department or 911 for. Another good thing about the Sentinel program is at the Shawnee Police Department, we want to have an open door policy. We want to be transparent. We want people to come down and see what we're all about. A lot of people, oh, why do police do that? Why do they do this? Well, our Sentinels are citizens.
I read about the CPA, the Citizens Police Academy, in the newspaper, and I decided I would be interested in going to that program. So I enjoyed that, learning about the different things and seeing the different setups they have in the police department. And then they were talking about starting a Sentinel program for people who would be interested in helping do some of the police work, like mundane work that takes up a lot of the officers' time, but could be freed up by citizens who are willing to do this work. I decided that was something I would like to do because it would help relieve the officers' workload. So that was when I got started on it, and I have done really thoroughly enjoyed doing this work ever since I started. I've been working with the ladies in records. They are the ones that take care of logging in all of the tickets and reports, and so I go down there and help them log those in, and I file speeding tickets in file cabinets, and then I make copies for them, and I wait on the windows when we have people that come up that have to be looking for paperwork or wanting to file a report or something like that. So that's the ones I've worked with mainly, and I have interacted with some of the officers just by talking to them, and enjoyed visiting with them and getting to know them. So it makes you more comfortable when you're around officers, when you see them just doing their daily work.
The Sentinels are also a workforce that would augment police in search and rescue. Let's say we have someone that we received a call that someone thought they saw a body down by a river. So we would assist the officers in looking with them. We would just be extra eyes and ears in the search, and if we found the body, we would be trained through our academy to make sure the person was alive or dead. I mean, we'd have to check for vital signs, and then once that would be determined, we would then pick up our cell phones and call the police, go and get some reinforcements, and then we would back off and secure the scene. So that helps them out a lot also.
I have really enjoyed my time down here, and I think that more people would enjoy doing it, especially if you're retired or semi-retired and you would like just a few hours time doing something that's out of the ordinary, and you can do it for 4 hours and once a week and really get a big learning experience out of it, and something you will enjoy doing. And it helps the police department quite a bit.
The Shawnee Police Foundation is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that provides equipment and training for Shawnee law enforcement that is otherwise not possible through current funding. The purpose of the Shawnee Police Foundation is to financially supplement the Shawnee community in the interest of community welfare and existence. There are 4 goals of this organization: to support advanced training opportunities, to support community crime prevention and education activities, to assist with special equipment needs outside of the departmental budget, to assist in research and development of new programs to address the needs in Shawnee. If you would like to make a tax-deductible donation to the Shawnee Police Foundation, please call or write today.
As Support Services Director for our police department, Chris Thomas wears many hats. Not only does he guide volunteer services, he also locates grant funding opportunities for the department, coordinates their application processes, And if a financial reward is granted, Chris oversees its implementation.
One of my major jobs here as the Administrator Support Services is the Grant Writer Administrator. We apply for a lot of grants. No municipality like Shawnee, Oklahoma City, Tulsa can afford to buy all the bells and whistles and toys that it wants for a police department and a fire department. So there are local grants, there are state grants, there are federal grants that entities such as the Shawnee Police Department can apply for. The grants that we have applied for to this date, in the 4 years that I've been here, not quite, we've actually received about $1.1 million in grants in less than 4 years since I've been here. And when we receive these grants, it doesn't end with just that. Many of our grants, we have monthly reports that I have to gather statistics of what the officers have done here, whether it be working too much to lose and making sure our retails don't sell alcohol to juveniles, whether it be officers going out and writing so many citations on the highway safety grant, or whether it be our truancy officer and how many kids he keeps from dropping out. All these things I have to monitor through the officers, that they submit reports to me. It's very important that they do that, and they do understand that. And then I have to compile all that, and once a month I have to send those reports in so that if you get audited, which we have, for example, we had the Oklahoma Office of Homeland Security. We received about a $24,000 grant from them. They have come down here and they have audited me, where I took them and we said we were going to buy this, and we did buy it. And I took him to our room where we actually have it stored, and he took pictures of it and monitored it and wrote everything down, serial numbers, to prove that we did what we're supposed to do. We also received some motion detectors. We actually, the Shawnee Police Department doesn't have those, but the Pottawatomie County Sheriff's Department has those through one of those Burns grant. And if anybody that lives out in the county knows that we have, unfortunately, a lot of people that dump trash on our county roads. Sheriff Booth wanted to get these cameras so he could strategically place these on our county roads in places that they believe that there will be dumping going on, that they can take pictures and get license plates and pictures of people actually dumping trash within our county. So it's something that wasn't tremendously expensive, but when you have only X amount of dollars for a budget like we do, this is just an extra toy that he did not have to go to the county commissioners to ask for, that he got through this grant. That's what's so great about the grants. You don't have to go to your city fathers other than to say they have to approve that we're applying for them, understanding why we're doing it, and then we just apply for it. And we do compete. We don't always get every grant that we ask for. There are other entities competing for some of this money. So when we do get it, it is a celebration down here because we are bringing money back here. The money that we go after with grants is really money that we all have paid for in our local, federal, and state taxes. So instead of that going to another community or to another state, we feel it's advantageous and it's beneficial to us here in Shawnee for us to have a person like me sitting here and taking the time to write these grants. Then when we get them back, through the community effort of all those different entities such as Hope House, Department of Human Services, Shawnee Public Schools, by me gathering the information from them, I'm able to put these grants together, and then we get this money back, $1.1 million in less than 4 years. That is just unbelievable.
The City of Shawnee wants to make your neighborhood a good place to live. Contact us whenever you have a neighborhood problem or a question about city services. Taking action to help Shawnee neighborhoods. The Action Center is here to help you. The City of Shawnee Police Department encourages cooperative efforts with our citizens to help stop crime through our Crime Stoppers initiative. You can call the hotline 24 hours a day and you may remain anonymous. If you're thinking about starting a construction project, be sure to check on the necessary permits and licenses. Contact the Code Enforcement Division. You can have 3 garage sales a year with a proper permit available at City Hall. Remember, you must get a permit from City Hall or the residential sale before having it. The city issues numerous other permits and licenses. If in doubt, contact the City Clerk's office. Several assistance programs are available to help ensure that our citizens are able to afford quality housing. The city's CDBG Urban Renewal Office administers loan and grant programs for emergency repairs and home improvement. You can find all this information and more on the city website at www.shawneeok.org.